them. Obviously, we in ourselves we will actually try to protect all the orders, okay, because if they are connected, if they are not connected properly, if they are not, we are destroying that particular thing. So ultimately, the environment balancing will be disrupted. Okay, so that environment will not be sustained. So that actually answer is obviously yes. Yes, we want to enrich the four orders, and once human being understand the mutual fulfillment among the four orders, they can be fulfill all the orders. So for that reason, mutual fulfillment, human being needs to understand the mutual fulfillment concept. And whenever you want to understand that concept, we have to go through that physical need and education transfer. All these things you have to keep it in mind. And last all class also we have discussed the thing that is the physical need, how much you will acquire it. Okay, that is actually been understandable by the proper understanding and right feeling. Okay, so we do not exploit the other human being also, and at the same time we do not exploit the nature things. Okay, so understanding the four orders, that is so first thing, that is activity. Okay, the activity that we need to perform, that is activity refers to the internal activity, internal activity in the unit based on self-organization. Okay, and another thing, that is innateness. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Hello, 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 my voice is clear?
Yes, sir, but it is low.
Slow. Okay, is the innateness is the definite is the definite self-organization of a unit. Okay, and by virtue of this self-organization, by क्या कुछ कोई लिख रहे हो कुछ, आवाज सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है क्या? Your voice is very low. Okay, so the by virtue of its definite self-organization, by virtue of its definite self-organization, the unit exhibits definite conduct Okay, so by virtue of its definite self-organization, the unit exhibits a definite conduct or property, and the unit is also self-regulated. The unit is also self-regulated. Okay, so that is unit and its innateness are inseparable. What is the meaning of that? देखो, it is a quality that is definite self organization of a unit. Okay, by this property, okay, it is possible to self organize, right? And by virtue of its definite self organization, the unit exhibits a conduct and property. Okay, so we will get a actual property. Okay, and unit is also self regulated. Unit and its innateness are inseparable. Okay, so natural characteristics of a unit refers to its natural participation in the larger order. So natural characteristics of a unit, any unit, okay. So that unit must need to participate in the larger order. Okay, so that why? Because all are interconnected. It is no, you cannot separate these orders. Okay, you cannot separate these 4 layers. Okay, so for that reason, a small unit also refers to its natural participation in the larger order. Okay, so the 4 orders, its purposes are also you need to identify. That is suppose physical order. Okay, so physical order, if you just think physical order, तो फिजिकल ऑर्डर में क्या क्या, फिजिकल ऑर्डर यूनिट क्या हो सकता है बोलो? यूनिट सॉइल, एक्टिविटी क्या हो सकता है? फॉर्मेशन, डिफॉर्मेशन, ओके, एंड सेल्फ ऑर्गन दैट इज इनेटनेस क्या होगा? दिस इज existence or not? हेलो, एंड इन सेम ऑर्डर, और ह्यूमन ऑर्डर क्या होगा बोलो? ह्यूमन ऑर्डर, ह्यूमन बीइंग यूनिट. So activity is basically in body. Okay, innateness also in body. Okay, natural characteristics, participation. Okay, natural characteristics, if you just consider the natural characteristics, so it's also in body. Okay, and inheritance, ये सारे चीज को इनहेरिट कहाँ होता है? इनहेरिटेंस बोलो कहाँ होता है? For this human being, this is true. This is true.
Yes, sir.
Education संस्कार.
The transferring of values from parents to transferring of.
Obviously, that's also. But the main inheritance, we are saying education circle also from the very childhood. We used to learn so many things from our parents. Okay, relatives. That is also important. So whenever human being, this unit is actually in body. So in that activity in body, so different activity, that is imagination, analyzing. Okay. And that is actually used for understanding and realization in the self. This activity that you are doing in your mind, so ultimately this is for the right understanding and realization in the self. So at the same time, that is self organization. How will you develop self organization? How will you develop self organization bolo? How will you develop self organization? By right feeling. and thought in the self. Okay, and right understanding in the self. Right understanding in the self. Okay. What is the significance of education Sanskar for human order? Will you able to elaborate it? Significance of education sanskar for human order. बोलो क्या होगा? So you have to just explain that right understanding. बोलो.
Sir, for the transformation of a human being, education sanskars significance.
Yeah, that is with right understanding, right feeling in the self. We also will able to ensure the continuity of harmony and happiness in ourselves and live accordingly. Yes or no? Hello. So continuity of harmony
Yes,
is
sir.
also continuity of harmony. Harmony and happiness. Okay. And it is also not only in the same generation, in the next generation, this human education sanskar will also be very necessary things. Otherwise, because generation after generation, this, if you just want to make this tradition, okay, this harmony, this happiness, so in all the generation, this education, you cannot ignore the importance of education sanskar. Okay, that is a continue. It can continue generation after generation. Okay. Hello.
Yes. Yes, sir.
And so, and another thing that is a human order is, do you think that is human order is dependent on all the other three orders for its existence and survival? Do you think it? Hello.
Pardon, sir. What do you think?
Do you think that is the human order is dependent on all the other three orders for its existence and survival?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, the environment, the ecosystem, and all these things will be actually the balancing will be disrupted. Okay, so that is human. It is a prime responsibility of human being to take part in the um, higher order of this existence, and this is the, if the human being does not ensure that relationship of mutual fulfillment with the other three orders, okay, the human being is certainly going to face the negative consequences, and in that negative consequences you can explain that climate change or the environmental जो situations जो हो रहा है, जो टेम्परेचर ज्यादा हो जा रहा है, ये जो ग्लोबल वार्मिंग का जो सिनेरियो जो हो रहा है, सारे कुछ इसके इसमें अंदर आपको यू कैन एक्सप्लेन इट. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
So next is mutually fulfilling So what you have to do, that is a facilitate conductive facilitate a conductive environment for the activities of all the four orders in nature, and or at least not violate them, or at least violate them. Clear? Facilitate the conductive environment for the activities of all the four orders in nature. Okay. Hello. Number 2, facilitate
Yes.
the innateness of the four orders, of all the four orders. Innateness, that means that is self-organized. Okay, so that self-organizing capability of all the layers, okay, that should be facilitated of all the four orders in nature. Okay. Number 3, participate with its natural characteristics and facilitate the natural characteristics of all the four orders. But at least each and every order that must have some level of natural characteristics. Do not violate the natural characteristics of all the orders. Okay. And number 4, ensure the inheritance of of all four orders in nature. Ensure the inheritance of all four orders in nature. Okay. So what do you mean by inheritance?
Yes.
Bolo. That is animal order. Okay, it is a breed based. Okay, जैसे ह्यूमन ऑर्डर इनहेरिटेंस होता है, एडुकेशन संस्कार. ओके, जैसे कि बायो ऑर्डर प्लांट्स होता है सीड बेस्ड. ओके, दिस इज इनहेरिटेंस. कहाँ से उसका इवॉल्विंग हो रहा है, जनरेशन माने जो जनरेट हो रहा है वो क्या कहाँ से हो रहा है, इसी का एक्चुअली इनहेरिटेंस बोल रहा है. तो ये जो ह्यूमन का जो माने जो that is the inheritance that as per human value, it is based on education structure. So this education structure actually will move towards the generation to generation. Okay, because this happiness, this prosperity, this right understanding, right feeling, not only this in this generation, you have to circulate this knowledge should be circulated to the next generation also. Okay, but for other orders that is not possible. So that's a let's say bio order के plants and trees, it is a seed from the seed actually the tree generates. So in that way they are thinking. Okay. Hello. Okay. So natural outcome of the understanding. Okay. So that is by the right understanding, and human begins to can also have definite conduct. So you need to generate a proper conduct, proper that is a self-organized. You must have to be, otherwise this order, the prevailing of the ordering cannot be maintained properly. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is there any? So this is the chapter on, and this chapter, what are the things you need to prepare? So देखो इस chapter में तो just a very brief idea is giving. Okay, and the major question that is the how will you ensure the interconnectedness, self-regulation, and mutual fulfillment among the four orders in nature? Okay, do you think that human being fulfills that mutual fulfillment or not? So in that case, you can just make this type of table. Okay, just a physical order and another order, that is a human order. You can make the make a table. Okay, just a human order is very easy. Just a body, inheritance from education, sanskar, and all these things, that is self-regulation, thought, right understanding, right feeling, all these things that comes under this activity. Okay, perseverance, generosity in the self, all these things that you can explain it. Okay, and the mutually fulfilling interaction of human order. So these 4 points, that they facilitate a conductive environment for the activities of all the 4 orders, so that no one can violate. It should not be violated. Actually, the risk is actually coming from the human being only, major risk. Okay, so we should not violate that thing, and facilitate the innateness of all the 4 orders in nature. Do not violate the natural characteristics of all the orders. जो natural characteristics, उसको अभी कभी भी आप तोड़ नहीं सकते. ये major problem. And if you just violate it, ultimately the environment will be ruined. Okay, is there any question? Bolo, any question? Hello, 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 any question you have?
Yes, sir.
Hello, हाँ बोलो. Bolo, if you have any question, ask me. Hello. हेलो. अरे आप लोगों का कोई क्वेश्चन है कि नहीं, बताओ ना. My voice is clear.
Yes, sir. Now audible.
तो कोई क्वेश्चन है आप लोगों का?
सर अभी तो नहीं है, पढ़ेंगे तो पता चलेगा.
ठीक है, अभी पढ़ना सर का दो तीन चैप्टर है, इसके बाद 4th मॉड्यूल क्लोज हो जाए, खत्म हो जाए. 4th मॉड्यूल में ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है, नेचर का बारे में, इसका ऑर्डर्स and how will you just maintain this order, that is the major understanding, and what is the role of human being, that you have to explain it properly. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.